Politician.
You look like a politician. It's free, so you're always speaking.
I got kids, I understand.
Andre, what did you think about the overall fight, the main event?
Beautiful. Masterful performance. That's how you want to close the show on a competition like this. And this is just a culmination of what Brandon has done throughout the course of this show. He surprised me in a lot of respects because you just don't know. I've been on the long layoffs, and I've seen fighters throughout the years have long layoffs, and a layoff like 3 years, a guy typically doesn't come back the same. Like he could be fine if he dedicated himself and stayed in the gym, but he's not going to look like he looked. And he didn't look like he had any ring rust from the beginning. And he closed the show, man. Beautiful, beautiful performance. A lot of people have been sleeping on him. I don't think they're going to sleep on him any longer after the performance tonight. And he did it smiling and dancing the whole time. How you doing?
Shane's a friend of mine. We knew that from the beginning. We made it clear in the show. I wound up being close friends with everybody, all the other 15 combatants. We all talk. We're trying to keep in contact every day. Leading up to this fight, I know it was crazy. Me and Shane just spent a lot of time in the house. Now he's got to go prepare for his fight. I got to go prepare for mine. We're going to see each other in the finals or whatnot, but none of that stuff ever really, it meant something to me, but that's not that's kind of not how it portrayed in my mind, basically. Me and Shane, we sparred before. I had the opportunity of sparring his dad and him on multiple occasions, and leading up to this fight, I knew Shane wanted to prove to me that he was a better Shane. He did. He came out and he fought real hard. And no.
I think
Well, I don't know. I haven't watched this yet.
Come out of fight over?
He looked good in the tournament. He fought really. He fought a good fight. He showed a lot of heart.
Tonight though.
No, tonight he did a little bit. The guy is more talented, and he showed it.
I was fighting. I thought the way everybody was screaming, it was.
I'll say this about Shane. No. I'll say this about Shane. I know the goal was not to come here and show how tough he was. That wasn't the goal. But he showed that. We took our hat to him. He could have packed it in. Fighters have a lot of opportunities throughout the course of a fight if it's not going their way to whisper something to their coach, to say something to the commission, where they don't directly quit, but they say something like, I can't see, or I can't hear anything out of my ear. And that's enough for any commission to stop a fight. He never did that. He's got the heart of a champion. He took a lot of punishment tonight. He was dominated tonight. And, that's because of Brandon Adams. And I know it's hard for Brandon because they are genuinely good friends. And that's the tough thing about this Contender show is that guys that don't even know each other, they start to get to know each other and they typically have to fight in the finals. These guys knew each other and were good friends before the show. Plus they spent time together on the show. So it was twice as hard. But he was a consummate professional tonight. He was able to compartmentalize the friendship and to go out there and get that bag, get that belt, and get that ranking for him and his family.
Brandon, can you talk about go ahead.
I was going to say for the record, by the way how the crowd was screaming, I thought the fight was closer. My apologies, you guys.
Brandon, can you talk about the actual prize itself that you won today? Financially, what does that mean to you?
So I won this right here, opportunity to be in the top 10 for the WBA. This title right here. This is the first time I won a trophy in my life. I never had the opportunity to play sports. we wasn't that fortunate. Well, at the time when I was coming up, I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? So this is huge to me, being on the Contender with all those other fighters, you know, world-class fighters, seeing how they carry themselves, knowing that, you know, our walks aren't too far different because we all want the same thing. And we was all willing to push and dedicate ourselves to get that. You know, that meant a lot to me. It would always remain, you know, at the back of my mind, in my heart. I'm very appreciative to have won this, to be able to have put on this performance, to be your next, well, to be your new, excuse me, Contender champion.
So I think earlier there was a question asked you, and I don't think everybody heard it. There was a definite difference, 1 through 5, and then 6 through 10. What happened between the 5th and 6th round between you and Freddie? Because it seems to be some sort of conversation. All of a sudden, sparks started lighting after 6. What was it?
This was a 10-round fight. We knew what we were going into. In the first few rounds, everybody's fresh. We went to fill him out, see what he had to offer. When the 5th round pretty much came, around the 4th to 5th round, Freddie said, all right, it's time to pick it up. Freddie knows I'm in shape. He trusted, you know, my condition. So he just told me to ante it up. He just told me, all right, it's time to pick it up. You can do whatever you want now, as long as you want to. And I dissect the information he gave me and I utilized it. That's it.
So did you purposely hold back in the first 4 rounds?
I wouldn't say hold back. It's just I was being very strategic because in the beginning everybody's fresh, everybody's strong, everybody's fast, you know, and in the beginning anything could possibly happen. So I just wanted to be smart. I felt they were trying to be smart and tactical and see what they could get me to do. And it's a game of chess. Andre always say that. I just was, you know, and I just kept a mental note about it. And once, you know, my team basically saw something, they wanted me to go ahead and pick it up. When they saw something that, you know, I could have been exploiting, that's when he told me to jump up on it, and I did just that.
Is there a different strategy that you've used when you're fighting an opponent? You're more contact, he's sleeker, longer. If you're fighting someone with your type of body build, would you fight differently, or is there a pacing?
Of course, you don't fight nobody the same. He, like you said, he was taller, so I had to approach him like he was taller. I couldn't have fought him as he was, you know, Michael Moore, or I'm just using Michael Moore. I love Michael Moore. I'm just saying, for instance, if he was my height, you know, you approach every fighter totally different because we are all different individuals.
Brandon, what if Shane was taller? You only had a 1 inch reach advantage.
No, they said he was 77. They said his reach was
That was
77.
better.
And I was 72, man.
I was.
Don't take away from his life.
Andre, is this the fight you expected coming in, or what were your expectations of both fighters coming into the fight?
I mean, I always try to, like, I know this is boxing, and I know anything can happen. And I know anything can happen, and you know, we got a video chat that all of us do with the guys, and you know, they were getting mad at me because they felt like, you know, Brandon's gonna do this and Brandon's gonna do that, and I'm like, he might. I said, but this is boxing, man, and both of these guys got here for a reason. And Shane was in the finals because he was underestimated. Everybody was eager to get the Mosley name on the resume, and they didn't realize what it was gonna actually take to get that name on the resume. So I said, you guys got to stop underestimating this kid. Leave room for the fight to take place. We'll see. So I felt like if Shane showed up mentally and believed that he could win, I believed it was going to be a very, very tough fight for both guys. But Brandon showed a lot of different wrinkles in his game, man. And like you mentioned, I don't think he was taking it easy in the early, 3 or 4 or 5 rounds. I think he's just very skilled on the inside. He's been at that height for several years. It's probably safe to say he's always fighting a taller fighter. Typically fights. Am I wrong? You're right. Okay. So he's learned how to deal with that. So you see him inside, he's not throwing heavy shots. He's touching. That's the first and second round. Third and fourth round, he's touching a little heavier. Then all of a sudden, when Freddie asked for him to step it up, he said, man, I need more explosiveness. You saw a different Brandon Allen. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to break a guy down in stages.
Just for the record, I wasn't going after Shane Mosley's name, and Andre can tell you, even on all my videos, we was all talking, I was the only guy who was saying.
Yeah, he didn't get caught up in that.
Yeah,
He didn't get caught up.
So I was solid at the beginning. All the way to the end.
But I think, too, that's another testament to the performance he put on tonight because he took Shane serious.
Brandon, what about an all-out contender showdown with Sergio Mora, who's the original winner? Would you like something like that, Andy?
Nah, man, I wouldn't like to fight Sergio Mora. He was the one, he was big brother to me, man. I don't think he want to fight me, no way.
What if he did? What if he did?
If he did, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, man, I ain't even thinking about fighting, man. First, I'm gonna give him some real guy, just man. Yeah. But no, I don't know. Right now, you know what I'm saying, everything. I haven't even kicked in yet. I'm just grateful for everything, how everything turned out.
Shane talked about your performance tonight.
Well, I didn't watch it, but
How you felt in the ring again? After the fight paid off?
I fell short, and that's all that I can see from now. I'll take time to look at it. Maybe I'll give you a different answer later.
Nas, can you elaborate on that? Being on this corner.
I'll sum it up. There was 3 aspects for me. One is, I knew Brandon was the most dangerous coming in because he's the only one that knew Shane. So I knew he wasn't going to take Shane out. 2 is, I've learned about Shane from the time I worked with him. Shane trusts the tough guy in, but he doesn't trust his skills. So you have to really get on him and stay with his skills. Because if anything goes, if there's a wrinkle anywhere, we'll go right to the tough guy. Because it was a threat when people were saying, Brandon's going to knock you out, Brandon's going to knock you out. That was my biggest challenge. Because I knew Shane would be willing to stand there and prove to them that Brandon getting knocked out. I mean, I don't need that kind of job. I'm too old already. So, but I've been proud of him. I'll be proud of him, and I'm still proud of him. You know what I mean? Because I told him I didn't need to see that. I know you can stand up to the guy. That's what baby. And Brandon's a special guy, because I knew you knew him like he knew you. So you knew he was strong. But like I said, it just didn't go his way. But I looked at the man he was, the way he carried himself, the way he conducted himself, and all the things that was going around him, and the things we were saying. Even walking back out here, going to the press conference. So you don't have to go to the press conference. He said, no, I'm going to the press conference. I said, well, we can hang your head. And I said, wherever you walk, I'll walk with you. The guy have a tough night, I'm right here. When they go out to the after party, bring you back to play.
Shane, so we asked him earlier, basically at a certain point around round 6, he started picking up. But what was more impressive, dare I say, was that after round 6 or 7, I kind of felt it was going to go the distance. Did it feel like at any point for you, was anything surprising or not surprising for you when you were taking some of those shots and also giving it back, especially after round 6? Things started turning for both of you.
I mean, he's a great fighter, and I knew that coming in. I think, like my coach said, I think I take for granted my grit, and I trust in it too much, I should say. And I stood there. Maybe that shouldn't have been the game plan because everybody else sees, his shots landing because he's in closer. You know what I mean? And when we were at distance, we were able to see my punches land. But like I said, I didn't see the fight. I
Yeah.
know what I felt, and I know that I fell short. So, that's it.
Was there anything surprising though about some of the shots, or if not, just that grit when it carried? Because it did, it paid off. That grit definitely carried you the whole way. You didn't drop at any point. You didn't have any weak knees. You went the whole way.
Well, I mean, nothing surprised me because I know the motherfucker. Oh, you see, he got all the You know, so nothing surprised me. You can't punch. You can't punch. And you see all, you know, I mean, his resume speaks for itself. You know what I mean? So I felt like I should have played things a little bit differently, and that's that.
Can you tell me about scouting, the process of scouting each other out, and what key qualities you guys see in each other?
I know one thing I have to point out, excuse me, is I try my best to make him almost afraid of this young man, because I knew, I said, we said a guy can't have no fear. No, fear is there for a reason. If it wasn't, God wouldn't have gave it to you. Can't nobody fly, because God didn't want you to. So you have fear for a reason. It needs to be utilized. You know what I mean? So I feel like I can make him a little afraid. Now, I let go, man. I talked to every kid that Brandon Fortinet told me, and they said, when Brandon hit me in the first time, everyone, Brunson said it, and Kitchell said it. See, when Brandon hit me the first time, I was never the same throughout the fight. And I told him that. I said, now, you can stand in front of that shit if you want. But it don't sound like a game plan for me. It's catastrophic. You know what I mean? But I knew what worked against me was the pumping. Oh, Spice is so soft. Shane's so soft. And I tried to tell him, I said, you don't have to prove that to nobody, man. Let them think you're soft. That's why you're winning. I didn't think you're soft. So they think you're a gladiator and get it rough. You know what I mean? Let them think you're soft. But he quick, man. That warrior tattoo he wears is real. I mean, he stands in it to his detriment at times. He's standing here, big kids in the gym, he's standing there toe to toe. Where's your blood pressure?
Shane, you have a pretty good career. Is that still something that you battle within, the battle within, about living in your dad's shadow, so to speak, and then having to like impress and like assure people that you are Shane Mosley Jr., a different entity aside from your father?
I mean, I wouldn't be here if I didn't show everybody I was Shane Mosley Jr. You know what I mean? I'm Shane Mosley Jr. Everybody should know that I'm here. You know what I mean? So, of course, everybody's going to compare me or whatever, but that's not for me. That's for everybody else for me. That's everybody else's view of me. But my view is to become world champion. My view is to become the best I could be at my craft, because this is what I chose to do. So, with that being said, I can't speak on what you guys are, you know, reporting or what you guys, you know, talk about or anything like that. I can only know what this is what I chose to do. This is what I am going to choose to do, and I'm going to continue my career.
I think yesterday, Coach, you said it the right way about the bricks. I know it's tough, but like, you know, being the son of a legend, like people always think you compete with your dad. But you said something yesterday that really woke me up about laying bricks.
I said, Jack and the rest of your family, this young lady right here, his mom, his father, they laid bricks and built the house. You're not competing with them.
No, I'm okay with it.
I said, you're not competing with them. You're just adding bricks to the house too. One day, your legacy, your children will add bricks to the house. It's not a competition. It's a family building a legacy, and they'll build it. And like I tell you, man, it's just a start of it, man. It's just a baby. You fought your first 10-round fight with a tough kid who's been 10 rounds, who's tough as nails. They say he got one punch knockout power, and I've seen it before. You know what I mean? And you stood in there. And that's an testament to these two lovely people here, because they both got, he ain't the only one with that grit, you know, thing. He ain't the only one with that grit. Mom said for a second, hey, they disrespect my kid, I got my other shoes in there. Her look ain't bad, you know what I mean? But that's where it comes from. And it's not so much following his dad's shadow, he honors his dad. That's the thing that really captivated me about him when I met him years ago. he respects it. And he's like, yo, man, you see the life God, he told me, he said, God gave me this life. Look at the dad he gave me. He told me this when he was 18 years old. He said, look at the dad God gave me. See, he could have me anywhere in the world. Look at the dad he gave me. And people gonna be jealous of it, so they're gonna, oh, you know, they want to see you fall. Because you had enough. You came to life winning more than a lot. So this kid carries it well, walks with it, you know what I mean? And like I said, Brandon put on a performance. It's not like he came up short against Bobby Fall down or Billy Week champions. So bad thing about it, I seen Brandon hit him one time when he came to the corner and he put a little smile on his face. I'm like, shit, this ain't going our way. But I saw he liked it. It's like, you know, like some guys with blood in mouth, he just liked it, he was ready to roll. It didn't work out our way, you know what I mean? So kudos to Brandon because the contender was real. And I said, he fought the absolute, and I told him, I don't pull punches. I said, son, he fought the toughest resume in here. Everybody he fought was picked to win this thing, even you being the dark horse now. Yeah, I mean, you was the sneaker kid, and he turned around and he saw you when he caught up. So he really walked that walk. As you can see, the guy he beat. You guys, he beat the monsters fought tonight, and that you've seen the testament of what his talent is, you know what I mean?
So what's next for either of you? Is there a specific match, or is it back to the gym?
Back to the
burger?
Right now? I don't know about you, but I want to go ahead and kind of like disappear for a little while. This tournament took a long time, and it took a lot out of me personally. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much. Nah, honestly, it took a lot out of me preparing myself to jump into the tournament, to not know what to expect. I never watched any of the contenders, and I didn't want to because I didn't know what to expect. And if something did change and I was leaning towards expecting that, I would have been bamboozled. So, and then leading up, we can't prepare for each other really when we in the house because we don't know how it goes. Somebody lose, the other team get the powers, and you guys seen how the season went. So you can't really prepare for anybody, more so prepare for yourself. Or that's the way that I approached it. And then knowing that I was going to be fighting against Shane for so long, you know, I never really took time out of the gym, and I'm kind of sure you didn't either. And just like everybody on the show, well, I kept in touch with everybody, and everybody's always training, and you know, they're like, yo, man, you know, we don't know when the next fight's coming up, and it was draining just paying attention to them, knowing that I also have to go to the gym. So right now, me personally, I want to go ahead and let my mind take a vacation and try to see physically if I can do the same thing.
There you go.
Relax with my family, and then when the next project comes, we on it. Yeah.
Do you guys mind talking also the sportsmanship? It was great in this fight. You guys came out every single time, going back and forth. Also, there's a big hug in the middle. You guys went straight right back at it right after that.
I said it in the beginning. I told Nazim this, and this was the little favorite spot when we got into it. I said, Shane's gonna be my friend before he was my friend before this show. He's gonna be my friend during this show. And if we wind up fighting in the end, he's gonna be my friend then while we fighting and after. And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly what's happening right now. This is my brother.
And I told Brandon, he said, I don't know. I don't know. You could be on this side of the gym trying to sabotage something. I don't know. I said, but here's the thing. You can't be that bad. Because if he says you're cool, I know him. So if he says you're cool, you must be kind of cool. That's why I roll with him. He won my respect because I knew he respected. I mean, I knew what kind of kid this guy's because, like I said, I knew the cloth he cut from. So I knew what he was about. So that's why I was like, yeah, I had no problem. None of those guys, and I was really impressed with those guys. I think Freddie did a great job with them. I enjoyed being on the show, even though, like me and Wood talked about it often. I wasn't used to all that camaraderie with somebody I got to mix up.
Yeah.
Coach and I doing interviews together. I mean, me knowing Freddie was no problem, but you know, we usually draw a line, man, and work from over here. Yeah, I mean, it was something new to experience, and look what it turned out, man. Outstanding fights, we got outstanding performances, and all these kids you're gonna hear from them.
Freddie, is there anything else you'd like to say about Brandon, and would you coach him in the future?
Yeah, Brandon fought a great fight. We haven't seen each other in a while since the lead up of this, of course, because I have a lot of fighters, and I have 14 pro fighters, and I have daily fights all the time, so I was on the road quite a bit. And so we get together as much as we could, and it worked out well. And I'm very proud of him. He fought a very, very game fight, and when I asked him to pick it up, he did, and I think that was about time we needed to.
Kobe Bryant has it. He was evasive. I like that.
The time that you did get with Freddie, according to Freddie's words, you know, obviously he's very busy, he has a ton of fighters, a ton of people that want his attention. Were there any nuggets of gold that, you know, not to take away from your future fight that you might use in the future, but were there any nuggets of gold you could share with us that you came into this fight with?
It was always nuggets of gold, listening to these gentlemen, period, point blank, when I had the privilege of working with Nazeem, who was in the corner. We didn't even get that much time, because somehow there was a miscommunication, but I did get some time to work with him. One thing I did recognize with him is what I was explaining, is that I saw his passion of wanting to win. I did see, like how he said, he was trying to line. He didn't want that, you know what I'm saying, that friendship, that camaraderie there, because he understood and knew the fight. I went in there with a different aspect, but I was up in there to learn from everybody, just to be a sponge. Freddie works very similar to my trainer, Dub Honey. They've known each other for many of years. Freddie gave me a lot of gems, but a lot of stuff that he tell me is he didn't want me to change anything that my trainer already showed me. He just wanted to show me small little pieces of Freddie, basically. You know, put the little niche, but they're very similar. I was able to learn from both of these gentlemen. I was able to learn from all 15 of the other guys in the house. I take that, you know, and I rock that on my coat. And I was able to learn a lot from this guy, even though he was sparring the guys in there, but it was more so just his mentality, his mental, and how he wanted to push us and you know, keep us on the edge of our seats and just kind of pretty much stay focused.
Last question? All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for a great fight.